Hello, I'm back. Um, I was meant to analyze my games from Chicorin Memorial, but I don't know. I guess I got bored or something. Actually, I've been playing this another board game, Go. A lot. I used to play it before, and well, I just got back to it, and yeah, I've been doing that. But anyway, even maybe because of that, I just made a GM norm in Rilton Cup, and now I'm going to show two of my easy wins from that tournament. Here I'm black against Sergey Ivanov. Last time I lost, so it was sweet revenge. Okay, just the normal. And okay, this was surprising move. He didn't play this before, I think. And yeah, just castled. I was like, yeah, whatever. There was another. It seems that I could. That c5 might be a good move, and wait, how did it go? Yeah, it was something like this, because he can't really play e4 because I can play g5 and take on e4, so he has to play e3, and it's kind of passive. It's not a typical Pennoni, so maybe it's like good for me. Anyway, I didn't know anything about this bishop g5 move, so I just castled. And now played this a bit risky strategy, and actually it's not really that good, but not that bad either. This g5 move, it's always risky to play these moves and make another move with the same piece. Yeah, it seems I should just play in the normal d6, knight d7, e5 or something like that. But okay, I mean this isn't so bad. See, I have to protect e3. Now you can see the bishop is going to d3 to put pressure here. And I don't really want to play d5 because I don't really like to play this d5, f5 ideas, especially when I have played g5 and h6, and it's kind of weak here. So I just protect e4, place the normal move, and now he's threatening to take on e4, so I protect it and develop. And now, okay, this move surprised me. Now he clearly just wants to crush me, and actually this isn't really a good move. He had a lot simpler move, knight d2. If I take on d2, he's just going to have two bishops, and a good center. He can play f3, e4, and so on. so I would take on here, but again, if he likes takes, he has many plans. G4, E4, and white's just a bit better. That would be the simple move. So yeah, he played this aggressive idea. Well, first of course I thought about just, you know, I'll actually I right away noticed that, well, my this knight c5 move was actually my first idea, even though I didn't know what it do. It just seemed like somehow normal. Anyway, I started calculating this e takes d5, but you know, it seemed kind of risky because his knight is going to d4, he's going to play something like f3, and he's just going to put a lot of pressure. It's like, you know, something like this could happen. Now he's threatening to take on f5, so and there's something like this. Something. My king is pretty bad, so. And actually it seems yeah, this is just some computer variation. Seems white is somehow crushing through. So and that's, by the way, the idea of d5, to get the knight to d4 and come through somehow. So after a little bit of thinking, I played this knight c5 move, and the idea is that if he takes on e6, I can take on f3, he takes back, and then f4, and his bishop is trapped. And I thought, you know, he can't play that, but actually he did, and I slowly started to realize that actually it's not so simple, because if he like takes on e6 and I take on g3 and he takes back, he's going to have 2 pawns for the piece, and my king is weak, so it might be a good compensation. And actually the computer says that white has 2 moves that draw, and unfortunately my opponents didn't find any of them, either of them. One was, I think, to take on knight e6. It was something like this, and if I take on g3, actually this move, this variation I did find during the game. This bishop e4 move is very nice idea, and the idea is just to take on, you know, somewhere here, like c6, you just take and check, perpetual. So that would be an immediate draw. So during the game I was thinking just knight c6, but somehow it seems actually black can get easily to big trouble. Like Let's see, what was the move? Was I think it was something like, if I try queen f6, this might be actually already a mistake. White's going to sacrifice a pawn and somehow crash through. Like, if I try this, if I try this, he can play h4 and save his bishop. Yeah, okay. So that was actually, it's kind of surprising. I mean, I understand black pieces are still not developed, but somehow, like, after this, it seems that somehow there should be some way to proceed, but yeah, I guess not. And the other one was something like queen e2. Oh, I don't even really remember it. Was it something like, let's see, knight e6, bishop h4. Yeah, it was something like, this. And again, some perpetual. Yeah, okay. Anyway, he played a move, you know, it's kind of weird move. Actually, I did think about this bishop e2 move, but yeah, it's really slow move. Like, if he puts rook on e1, now he has his bishop in the way, so now I think I had a very long think. I thought something like at least half an hour. I was thinking like, what should I do? I was like, king g7, king h8, queen f6. I think these were my main moves. In the end, I decided to play this one, and you know, if white tries this, I can just play this one. This was my idea. So the bishop would still be trapped. But somehow it seems actually that queen f6 might be slightly better. Because yeah, I mean, it's queen f6 is just, you know, it's kinda develops the queen, and this king h8 isn't really doing anything. But actually, I missed I didn't play queen f6 because I didn't like h3 move, because if I take and then his rook would be very active. But actually, I can play just e5. I noticed this e5 move in many variations, but for some reason I didn't notice just in this variation. Like, I mean, if you can see, even if I don't win the bishop, you can see that my pawns are really good, and if he has to go back and it's like, it's really not doing anything. Actually, it seems I don't even, I might not even, I might actually even win the bishop like this, and if he goes back I can, I think, well, I can actually play f3. Ah yes, first a6, and if he goes there I can play, I can win I can win material. So, but even if I didn't, even if I didn't, you would see that his bishop isn't doing anything. So I missed that pretty simple variation. But anyway, king h8 is still good. And now, yeah, actually this knight e6 is really, now it's not really working. It's just I mean, my king is just a bit safer now, so now it's just like exchanging pieces and making it easier for me. You should try something else, like something like, I don't know, maybe take on d takes e6 or something. And now, well, again I was thinking, and somehow I managed to make the right move. And the idea is that h4, actually in the game he played h4, but it's really, actually now he's actually quite lost now. But h4, like in the game, it really doesn't help at all. I just play this, and as you can see, my bishop is on p7, so he can't move his bishop. And now he just plays very weird moves, you know. Just like he just tries something crazy, e7. It's just not doing anything. Okay, he finds one trick variation. Let's just take, and it's really, and now he's basically he's just lost, and he's just hoping for something crazy. Like, let's say if he tried this queen d2 move to maybe somehow mate. I can maybe just take on here. If he takes with the rook, I can defend. And if he takes with the king, like, I can just play queen e6, and there's nothing. So in the game he tried this. Okay, I just exchange pieces. He checks once, and you know, he resigns. There's nothing. Pretty easy game. The piece sacrifice was actually interesting, but after that he just played very weirdly. You know, it was just a very easy game for me. Okay, on to the next game. And yeah, I had white here, and actually this was my biggest win ever. But again, actually this might be my easiest win in this tournament. Okay, the French, and well, this was surprising. He usually just plays something like Knight e7, yeah. Knight e7 was his main move. For some reason he wanted to play this weird variation. And usually people play g6 here. But he, yeah, I don't know. He wanted to try this. I just develop. And now okay, I just develop. But actually now here the like, okay, this is how the game went, and now I played c4. And then after the game I started to think that, you know, why not c4 right away? And actually it's pretty good. Why can't just play c4? Why waste the tempo with bishop e2? Just c4 right away. You know, the king is on f8, it's very bad there, so I have to open lines. And what is his queen doing on a4? Nothing. It's actually pretty good for me. Anyway, I just played this one. And okay, now his bishop is coming to a6. You know, he's going to try to exchange his bad bishop. So I wanted to stop it and play this aggressive move. Okay, I mean, if he takes here, I can, you know, I can just take on c5. And there's nothing for black. So bishop a6, and I continued with the aggressive plan. But actually there was a simpler one. I could take on c5. After he takes, now you can actually think for a minute. Pause the video if you want to think and find the computer move. Actually, it's not really anything big, but it's very surprising. Okay, now I'm going to show. The solution is h3. The idea is just to, you know, take on d5. If he likes develops, just take. And as you can see, I'm just a bit better. My rook can come to the b file. His king is doing absolutely nothing on f8, and you know, it's just a better endgame for me. And if he takes on c4, I can just take. And you know, how does he continue? If he takes with the queen, again a better endgame. If he takes the pawn, well, I can just castle and I mean, my pieces are just a bit better. Maybe actually queen e4 first to protect the c pawn. Well, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, this would be the easiest way to play. In the game, I played very aggressively. My idea was that if he takes with the knight, I can play c4. If he takes, I can take on c5 and well, you know, like if he takes, I can just exchange pieces and it's very easy to play. And so he took on e2. Actually, there was already another idea for black, and it's actually quite, well, it's a bit surprising. h5. The idea is that if my queen goes to f4, his knight comes to d5 with tempo. If I go here, he can take with tempo again. And if here, it's like there's some more crazy variation, like this, and somehow my, I mean, okay, my queen is the only attacking piece, so actually, yeah, it's pretty good for black. But okay, bishop e2 is still good, and yeah, d6 was my idea. Like I was calculating something like if he goes here, I can play this, and I thought his king would be in bigger trouble than mine. I thought that I couldn't, like, he can escape the checks, but you know, enter the mate, but like even here, if I play just king d1, it's not so easy for black to continue. Okay, so in the game he just moved his knight, but actually this is a slight mistake, because in the game the problem with the knight on f5 is that I'm going to play g4, and his knight is just very badly placed. So he should play something like this one. No, it's just better here, and then follow up with knight d7 and so on. Okay, so I take on e2. And knight c6 might actually also be a slight mistake. Well, actually in the game it got a bit into slight trouble. Better might be just to play knight d7 and then get the rook to the c file. Maybe. But anyway, okay, knight c6. No, it's almost okay. And here I was calculating for a bit. I first thought about this move, but I wasn't sure about this this variation. Like if he moves the rook somewhere, I don't know where, like let's say let's see, like rook d8, or well, I don't know, maybe rook d8. I mean, I realized that I could exchange, I could get rid of this knight on d4, but I wasn't really, I still didn't really like this I didn't like his knight to come into d4, so first I played c3, and this was my idea, just to play queen e4. Next I can play g4, and as you can see, the knight is very bad on f5. Here there was maybe a bit more interesting idea, is to check and stop my queen coming to e4, but still it's still kinda good for me. I can play queen f4 and so on. Okay, he played this one, and now he checked. And in this moment, actually, I thought for something like 15 minutes, 17 minutes, and then it hit me that I have a very good move here. And if you want to think about it, pause the video, think for well, how long you want, and try to find a good move in this position. Okay, I'm going to show the solution now, and it's a very simple move after you make it. And the idea is to play c4, open the c line, and in the game actually he didn't take, he just come back. And he didn't take because if he checks, I just move my king. Now I'm threatening rook c1, and there's basically not much he can do. If he plays rook c8, I can play d7. So he has to play queen d5, but I can just take and play rook c1. His knight is in trouble. He can't take on e5 because I think I can just move my king and play like this. So he has to move his knight, let's say here, but then I can play g4. As you can see, his knight is very bad, and in the game I thought this must be very good for me. My rook is very active and his pawns are weak, and you know, everything is good for me. So okay, c4 is very easy move, but it's only after you find it. It's very easy to miss it. Actually, in the game I thought somehow I thought black might be better here, but actually I missed a very simple idea. I missed that after knight e5, white could just take on d4, and like, as you can see, two pieces are hanging, so there's nothing for black. So that would still be good for, after this he would have to exchange, but this endgame is a bit better for me. My pawn on d6 is quite strong, and again I can play something like g4. If he stops, well, I can come through here on the c file somehow. Okay, but yeah, he missed this idea, so he had to go back, and now actually it's just It's quite easy for me to play. First g4, okay. Just move the rook. Okay, that's kinda... Now... Well, okay, c5 is okay. The idea was to... Like, if black plays b5, I can just play d7. And this is very simple. The idea was just to crash through, but actually this I can just take on d4. Would have been the easiest way to play. Yeah, okay, c5 is still... He tries king e8. Actually, this might be... I saw this knight g4 move, but I thought, you know, I can just take on b6 and be very good for me. But actually now he has... Well... Let's see, what did he have here? Ah yes, this was the idea. This was the computer idea. To play f5. Huh. But okay, I'm still winning. But, you know, maybe a bit more complicated. In the game he just played king e8, but okay. Let's just take. Threaten the b6 pawn. So he defends it. Moves the king, and I just take on d4. Okay, we exchange. He tries b5. I calculated that if he played this, I could just take here. If we take the queen, I can check here. And okay, this would just be winning endgame. And up. If here I think I can check here. Let me think. Oh, can I check? Yeah, I think king f1. If here check, my queen protects g4. So there's not much. He can come try this one, but then just king g1, and the checks stop. So, and if he takes with the king, I can play. I think I can just play this one. I was thinking about... Actually, I calculated a bit more here. Something like... But now I can just... queen. Okay, so that's why he didn't play it. And try b5, but okay, it's just lost. In many ways. My way is okay. I take. If he takes here, I check first, and then take on f6, and there's nothing for black. So he takes with the king. Let's just go back, and as you can see, his king is very bad. His rook is doing nothing on f8. There's just no defense. He tries queen f5, and now he resigns because I'm going to take on b5 with my rook. There's nothing. Let's say this is not a move. I was thinking I could just check. He has to come here, and I can just check, and again take on b5. and win easily. So 2 easy games for me. For some reason they were very easy. Yeah, what can I say? Sometimes chess is easy. See ya!